So really, it is an opportunity to meet a situation, and that is not just now when things are more challenging for some of us perhaps, but also everyday life. If you're challenged by your work or relationship or the pandemic or the choices or the division among humanity at the moment, which is in a way sad, but in another way it's also teaching us so much and showing us so much. And remember that when we know what's going on, that's how we can navigate beyond it. So, some people are finding it overwhelming and other people are going and diving right in. And really, wherever you are is perfect for you. So when you have a challenge or something that is triggering, if we can look at it as a gift, like, why is this upsetting me so much? And dive within to see why, it makes a huge difference to your capacity to grow and to use this moment to your highest evolution. Because life is always in flux. We know that life is always changing. So are we, and so is the world. The world has gone through these cycles many times before. So what are we going to do with it this time? What do we actually really want? It keeps telling me there's action needed, so don't worry, I'm just going to ignore that. This is, again, you get trained around you. So one of the most powerful things you can do is ask yourself, why is this triggering me? And what would I actually want? What do I feel is a great outcome for this current dynamic or challenge in my life? Because what happens is that anything that was a challenge to you before, say years ago, and even though you may have even felt that you've dealt with it, if there's anything left and you can go deeper, it will re-trigger. And it will be re-triggered by something different or something similar. It's very natural. There are layers to things. So welcoming that and going, wow, I thought I had worked through this already, and here it is again, is a very great way to stay open and actually to not shut down into fear, which is always debilitating. The fight or flight mode is really about survival, and it's really about, hang on, I've got a major threat, I need to get out of here, I could die. That's the biology and the beauty of it. But when we use it in situations where something is prolonged and where something can go on, for 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, or even years, we kind of create that kind of pattern of thinking. And the pattern of thinking when we are in fear is not about clarity, ingenuity, or creativity. It is wired for survival. So it's like we're really misusing a gift. So instead, we can change that by being aware that our breath determines whether we're in the fight or flight or in the relaxation mode, which can also be called the genius zone or the flow state, right? I teach about this all the time, and I know we need repetition of this and reminders so that we can harness that gift as well. So if you can slow the breath down in this moment, that will always be a benefit. Whether you are under stress or not, doesn't matter. You will always benefit by breathing more slowly and being conscious of it and letting that belly expand on your inhale and feeling your surroundings, feeling that support of whatever it is that's below you in this moment. And so using a situation as a gift is really powerful, and really, really, really remembering that is what I do daily, so that if I ever feel that I'm catching on to collective fear or my own fears from past lives, which have had traumatic experiences, I can just notice that and then decide, oh no, but my current reality is that I actually love this. I love the air, I love the sun, I'm feeling good. And this is about waking people up. And this is about systems being exposed that are not working for us anymore. And there's the beauty and there's the liberation. And but the thing is, right, if we become unconscious, we tend to go back into an old pattern of feeling scared. Maybe eating to create comfort, maybe hoarding to create comfort, or panicking, or seeking externally for security. And it all has its place. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that ultimately, if that becomes a habit, it's draining. And of course, your whole biology suffers, because when you're in fight or flight, you're not really focusing on digestion or you're not focusing on, the immune system as a priority, because it is all around survival, and survival is about blood flow to the muscles and quick reaction. And really, pretty much reaction is the word rather than responding. And we know when we react, it comes from all the previous programming, from all our previous traumas, and we literally even go to that age where that particular feeling came from, which is often childhood. So we behave, in a childish way, and people might say, what happened to you? You went really nuts then. And that is because you regressed back into the origin of that time, and you can't really help it. It's that part of you that's kind of dealing with the issue right now. So be present, feel the feels. There's nothing wrong with anyone's journey. It's all very unique for everyone and really, really relevant. And then try to slow down the breathing and be aware of your surroundings, and choose that you can be empowered. It is really like saying to yourself, I choose to be empowered and grow from this. I choose to see this as a beautiful opportunity to maybe figure out who's on my vibration, to figure out how powerful I am, to figure out, wow, how unconscious I have been in the past, to wake up perhaps to whatever it is, to experience that and watch it as a movie even, and realize that we never have certainty. There's never certainty in anybody's life. Not any human being has certainty. Not even enlightened beings have certainty. And really knowing that helps, because otherwise we try to create it and cling to it. So that's my little reach out, and I'm going to just see where that actually went and why I kept saying, I've got to write this too low FPS, and I need to figure out a few things to optimize. And I also am curious whether this even went to Instagram. I have no idea. So thank you for that. And I'll be back again. If you comment and say something, it can create a community to chat. So it's not really about fame or getting money, because this is free anyway, but it is about connecting like-minded people to support each other, so that we can actually collaborate and realize that we all want the same thing in life, in essence, and that we all have challenges, and that is natural, and we can learn so much from each other. We don't have to oppose each other. And we obviously choose and have boundaries, but in general, we all just want to be loved, and we all want to be safe, and we all want to explore life. And keeping that as a focus really helps to have understanding and compassion for everybody and their unique perspective, which they have, and you can have yours. And that's a beautiful thing. That's the whole mixture. We don't want a praying mantis to be a bird of paradise. We don't want a butterfly to be an orange. We want butterflies to be different. We know that they are born and they die, and everything affects each other. So it's the same with humanity, and it's always been that way. And I know you know that. Um, let's just also apply that to this current situation, the divide, the reset, the awakening, the great shift that we're in, that's completely inevitable, and that's happening. And the best way to, in my opinion, to get through it in a really elegant way is to recognize its gifts, and to see what you can learn or let go of or unlearn, and be present to you, be present to nurturing yourself, and to be okay where you're at, because that is always the point. If we are in denial of where we're at, then we're not even able to move from this place. We're already floating somewhere in an illusion of either denial or wishful thinking. I teach all that stuff in my yoga classes, which are starting again. And also I'm starting to offer really affordable Zoom sessions for women. And they are on a Monday evening. And this is where I will do some teaching. We do some meditating. We can do a bit of sharing. And you can send me your questions, and we will have a beautiful group forming, and empower each other literally online. And it's only $11. I did that deliberately because it is about your commitment, but also minimal. Join me, and it'll be empowering for sure. And like I said, if you've got questions and you ask them, I will go directly into them using my knowledge of a yoga teacher, Kundalini, NLP, master practitioner of hypnosis and NLP, and also all the experiences and clients that I see regularly. always shifting so deeply. I see so many women that just drop so much baggage. It's so easy and so quick these days. Belief systems that come from the lineage of the family, or from a birth experience, or from not being embraced by one or another parent, sometimes a lot, sometimes a small event only, past lives, and we go there and it just happens, and it's so deep and beautiful and easy and actually liberating. So see you around and do comments so that I know what you actually want and need, and so there is an interaction for me also to have that feedback, because I'm really keen on that. And one of the things that has been missing in the past when I started this up was really responses from people. I know these days people don't respond and don't even like things, as in they don't click the like button. And there's a bit of everyone's probably a bit busy and can't be bothered, but it does make a difference. It certainly helps me to feel even more excited and to really give you what you actually want. Like, really, any challenge. If I've got some idea, it may just help you to create that butterfly effect or the domino effect on something that you hadn't thought of. Because we have so much to contemplate, and there's so many ways of seeing things. And generally I'm very good at helping people recognize what works for them, and to go, wow, yes, of course, I get that, and yes, I can't believe I didn't see that, and seeing the unconscious pattern. And it's very, very easy. So keep well, and please do let me know what you thought, even if you thought it was nuts or crazy, or the quality of sound or the quality of the image is not great. I really love feedback and interaction. And I really, really, truly believe in this pandemic and all the situations, we will learn the most and thrive the most when we share and talk, and even surprise people that think we would perhaps not normally have a conversation with. And we are the ones that can shift all of that 100% right now with everything that we do. And, yes, if someone is really triggering, then it's a good idea to have some space and to get the strength to know that they may trigger me. And I know where my boundary is, and I will speak in a way that works. It's a non-violent communication. Like, I appreciate you have a different opinion, and at this moment, this is where I'm comfortable, and I'd love to hear how you came to your conclusions. And this is how I feel. It's beautiful. It's respect, opening, and humans are beautiful at that. Let nothing else let you feel otherwise. And there is a lot to learn from all of us. Collectively we know so much, and it's just when we get separated, and that is unfortunately, as much as you may or may not know this, excuse me if that bothers you, but it is a war strategy of controlling the masses, and it's been used a lot in human history, even recently. And this is when people get divided, and then they get exasperated, and they get exhausted, and then they just want some leader to take over, and then they give away even more of their rights. It's really interesting studying the psychology of humanity. I've got a really nice YouTube on that on my actual Sabine Cristelli page. It's 15 minutes or so. It's the psychology of that. And it's really, really interesting, because our psychology is something that, unless we're super conscious, is going to run the show. Our need to belong, for example, our need for peer group pressure and survival, and our capacity to feel love and empathy, and how that can be misused by others. Super, super interesting. So I'm here for that, and I'm really happy that some of you are here watching. 5 people. I think that's so wonderful. And thank you, and forgive me if you felt in any way neglected by me and that I disappeared. I really had to go and do some uni work, and believe me, if you ask for me and you comment and you say things, I'll be there. There was no commenting happening, maybe little bits and pieces, but yeah, anyway. So it is also up to you, just like in everything, ask and you shall receive. And I also don't want to pretend I know more or that you need any help. But if someone asks, that's a totally different invitation. Let's have this discussion. So here I am, and I hope that you're having a good moment. Remember that you are much wiser than you realize, and that when you slowly breathe and connect with your heart and your slow inner self, which is that infinite creative genius zone, that you will be so aware of what's important. You will connect with your inner child and your meaning in life, why you've incarnated right in this moment to be here. And I'm here to help, support, and hold space for that. So beautiful. Okay, I wish I could see you.